What are you getting at? I'm not gonna lie, that kind of freaked me out. Can we just cut to the chase? Hang on a sec, let me think about this. Long story short, we broke up. I can't even deal with this right now. That's rough, man. You've got to be kidding me. I don't buy it. She's totally overreacting. Let's just play it by ear. I'm kind of freaking out here. Don't get me wrong, I like the idea. That's none of your business. I owe you one. We're on the same page. I'll take a rain check. He's driving me up the wall. Cut me some slack, will you? I'm not in the mood for this. Let's not go there. That ship has sailed. I've got a lot on my plate. It's not that big of a deal. You're overthinking it. I need some space. That came out of nowhere. I'm on it. Give me a break. We need to talk. I wasn't born yesterday. Are you serious right now? I'm just saying. That's the last straw. Whatever works for you. I'm running on empty. Let's take it one step at a time. You've got a point. I don't know what came over me. That's easier said than done. I'm all ears. Don't sweat it. We're in this together. I can't shake this feeling. Let's call it a day. That's a bit much, don't you think? I'm not falling for that again. Something doesn't add up. Hold that thought. I'm dead serious. You're reading too much into it. I've had it up to here. That's beside the point. I'll get back to you on that. We're kind of in a bind here. I didn't mean it that way. That's a first. I'm just trying to make sense of this. Let's keep this between us. I'm not buying your excuse. You could have told me sooner. I guess that makes sense. I'm running late, sorry. That's just how it is. I wouldn't count on it. Let's not jump to conclusions. I've got your back. That's a whole other story. I'm kind of at a loss here. You're putting words in my mouth. I'll take that as a yes. We're cutting it close. I didn't see that coming. Let's get down to business. I'm not sure I follow. That explains a lot. I've been meaning to ask you something. You're making this harder than it needs to be. I'm just trying to help. That's on me. Let's just leave it at that. I'm not one to judge, but that's odd. You did what? I can't wrap my head around this. That's a relief. I'm kind of nervous about this. We should probably head out. I didn't catch that. Can you repeat it? That's more like it. I'm starting to lose my patience. Let's not make a big deal out of it. I could use some advice. You're overstepping a little. That's not my call to make. I'm trying to keep it together. We're kind of stuck here. I didn't think it through. Let's just be honest with each other. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You've changed. That's the whole point. I'm just going through the motions. Let's give it a shot. I didn't ask for your opinion. That's what I figured. We're way off track here. I'm trying to wrap my head around this. You've got some nerve. That's not fair to you. I'm kind of out of my depth here. Let's not overthink this. I owe you an apology. That's just an excuse. I'm not really following the plan. We should probably talk about this later. I didn't expect that from you. That's a good call. I'm kind of torn on this. Let's not waste any more time. I appreciate you being honest. You're jumping to conclusions again. That's a bit of a stretch. I'm trying to figure things out. We're not exactly close. I didn't realize it was that serious. That's a good point, actually. I'm kind of exhausted from all this. Let's just move on. I trust you on this one. You're not making any sense. That's a big ask. I'm trying to stay calm. We should probably wait it out. I didn't want it to come to this. That's just how things go sometimes. I'm kind of impressed, honestly. Let's not blow this out of proportion. I owe you an explanation. You're overreacting a bit. That's the plan then. I'm trying my best here. We're kind of running out of time. I didn't mean to upset you. That's just the way it is. I'm kind of curious about this. Let's take a step back. I appreciate the offer, but I'm good. You're not wrong about that. That's a tough call. I'm trying to keep an open mind. We're kind of on thin ice here. I didn't think you'd care. That's a solid plan. I'm kind of relieved, actually. Let's not rush into anything. I owe it to myself to try. You're making a good point. That's not something I take lightly. I'm trying to process all this. We should probably clear the air. I didn't mean for it to happen this way. That's on you, not me. I'm kind of proud of you. Let's not lose sight of what matters. I appreciate you sticking around. You're being a little dramatic. That's a fair question. I'm trying to keep my cool. We're kind of past that point. I didn't want to make things worse. That's just wishful thinking. I'm kind of nervous about tomorrow. Let's not sugarcoat it. I owe you a huge thank you. You're not exactly wrong. That's the bare minimum. I'm trying to be reasonable here. We should probably set some ground rules. I didn't want to bring it up. That's a valid concern. I'm kind of stuck between two options. Let's not make this weird. I appreciate your patience with me. You're overcomplicating things. That's just how she is. I'm trying to keep things simple. We're kind of past the point of no return. I didn't expect this much support. That's a lot to take in. I'm kind of shaken up right now. Let's not point fingers. I owe this all to you. You're not seeing the full picture. That's just the tip of the iceberg. I'm trying to keep everyone happy. We should probably slow down a bit. I didn't think it would matter this much. That's a good sign. I'm kind of on edge lately. Let's not make any promises we can't keep. I appreciate you being upfront. You're not helping the situation. That's just how it played out. I'm trying to stay positive. We're kind of at a crossroads here. I didn't realize how late it was. That's a rough situation. I'm kind of hesitant about this. Let's not drag this out. I owe you a proper explanation. You're not entirely off base. That's just my gut feeling. I'm trying to keep my word. We should probably double-check that. I didn't think you'd notice. That's a decent compromise. I'm kind of worried about the outcome. Let's not make a scene. I appreciate the heads up. You're not the only one struggling. That's just part of the process. I'm trying to stay out of it. We're kind of behind schedule. I didn't want to jinx it. That's a strong argument. I'm kind of on the fence about this. Let's not beat around the bush. I owe you my full attention. You're not entirely wrong about that. That's just the way things unfolded. I'm trying to keep track of everything. We should probably loop him in. I didn't think it through properly. That's a bold move. I'm kind of dreading this conversation. Let's not rush to judgment. I appreciate your honesty, really. You're not being fair right now. That's just part of growing up. I'm trying to keep a level head. We're kind of in over our heads. I didn't want to assume anything. That's a reasonable request. I'm kind of second-guessing myself. Let's not make things complicated. I owe you a real apology. You're not entirely to blame. That's just the nature of the job. I'm trying to keep this professional. We should probably wrap this up. I didn't want to overstep. That's a fair trade-off. I'm kind of nervous about the results. Let's not read too much into it. I appreciate you looking out for me. You're not making this any easier. That's just how the cookie crumbles. I'm trying to keep things civil. We're kind of walking on eggshells here. I didn't want to cause a scene. That's a huge relief. I'm kind of dragging my feet on this. Let's not force the issue. I owe you more than words can say. You're not the problem here. That's just how life goes sometimes. I'm trying to keep myself busy. We should probably touch base soon. I didn't want to lead you on. That's a genuine concern. I'm kind of paranoid about this. Let's not make it a competition. I appreciate you hearing me out. You're not off the hook yet. That's just the way the ball bounces. I'm trying to keep my distance. We're kind of stretched thin right now. I didn't want to get your hopes up. That's a legit point. I'm kind of banking on this working out. Let's not lose our heads over this. I owe you a favor.